Want to work in China? Don't start with the visa. If you want to work in China, don't make the work visa your first concern. The work visa is not the key. Finding the right job is. I'm Eric Liu from Beijing for HR. I've spent more than 20 years helping foreigners work and build their careers in China. And my philosophy is actually very simple. You are responsible for finding the right job. Your employer is responsible for the work visa process. Once you have a job offer from a company that can legally employ foreigners, your employer should support you with the work permit and residence permit process. Of course, you also need to make sure that you are qualified to work in China. For many standard foreign professional positions, this normally means a bachelor's degree or above, at least 2 years of relevant work experience, a non-criminal record, and meeting the required health standards. There are exceptions and other qualifications rules, but here is something very important. If you meet none of these basic requirements, but an employer still promises, "Don't worry, we can get you a work visa," you should seriously question that promise. Ask them clearly, "How are you going legally obtain my work permit? Under which qualification route?" If they cannot give you a clear answer, be very careful. You don't need to become a visa expert yourself, but you do need to protect yourself. Now, before you even start worrying the visa, ask yourself a more important question. Why do you want to come to China? If you just want to see China and experience the country, come as a visitor under the appropriate visa or visa-free policy if you are eligible. Travel around, see different cities, experience the culture and everyday life first. If you only want to work in China for 6 to 12 months, your goal can be quite simple. Find a normal job that matches your background, pays a reasonable market level salary, and gives you the opportunity to experience working and living in China. But if you are thinking about living and working in China long term, obtaining a green card is a completely different story. You need to think beyond the work visa. What skills can you develop here? What experience can you gain that will support your career 5 or 10 years from now? And which city is right for you? Don't choose a city only because you've heard of Beijing or Shanghai. Think about the weather, think about the cost of living, think about job opportunities, your industry, your lifestyle, and the future career growth. And remember, China has many advantages for foreigners, but China is not perfect, and it's not the right fit for everyone. If you decide to live here for many years, you will probably have to compromise on some things. The workplace may be different, communication may be different, the culture and the social environment may be different. You need to be flexible, learn, adapt, and sometimes adjust your mindset. That's part of living in another country. But there is one thing you should never compromise on: legal employment. Whatever company employs you, they should help you obtain the proper work authorization so that you can legally work for that company in China. If somebody tells you, "Start working first, we will deal with your visa later," be careful. If somebody tells you, "Just work on a tourist or business visa for now," don't do it. And if you clearly don't meet the normal work permit requirements, but somebody simply says, "Don't worry, we have connections, we have guanxi, we can get you a work visa," that's another major warning sign. Your career is important, your salary is important, your experience is important, but none of them is worth working illegally for. So remember this simple philosophy. You find the right job, your employer handle the paperwork authorization, and legal employment is something you never compromise on. Work hard, obey the laws, respect the culture, and keep learning and adapting. If you can do these things, China can offer you a very good life and many opportunities. Welcome to China. I'm Eric Liu from 4HR, and I will support you in whatever way I can. Follow me for more practical advice about working and living in China. You can also connect me on LinkedIn, Eric Liu 4HR. Thank you.